All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. So the Rolling Stones, they're offering more than just adult beverages at their performances. Apparently, they were in North Carolina last night, and the headline, that's just um, Rolling Stones played Chai Lights cover, which, by the way, is a song from the 40th anniversary of Tattoo You, which it's a great cover. I'm kind of shocked they didn't include it. But in those days, they didn't give you a ton of music. And, you were lucky to get like 9 songs, maybe 10. But this new version of Trouble's a Comin', really, really good. Good song choice, by the way. To do a song like that. And the Chai Lights, very underrated, underappreciated band, have been relegated to the dustbin of no radio airplay, unless you're listening to one of those super classic R&B stations. Anyway, the Tattoo You reissue, easy for me to say, is due out on October 22nd. That's almost, 40 years to the day. So the band played this track in Foxborough, Gillette Stadium. I used to call it Foxborough Stadium because that's what it was called back in the day. But this this article, and again, I want my channel not to be about the thing, but they actually put the headline up: Stones play Chai Lights cover at North Carolina show, offering free this. Where you do the thing. It's free. Now I'm thinking, I read through this and, Garth Brooks did this and I think he had like 5 people do it out of, I don't know, 100,000. I don't know how many people went to a show, but like 5 people ended up going over to that tent and saying, hey, no beer for me. Now Keith Richards, if he stumbles into this place, he might think it's something else. And, hardcore fans of Keith might be thinking this could be a way to, really enjoy the show, right? But I know nothing about that. So I'm just being a little weird here. But it is just astonishing that the headline is they're offering free, opportunities to do the thing at the Pittsburgh gig. So I don't think this happened in North Carolina. Maybe it did, but the headline is that they're offering. So if you weren't motivated to go see the Rolling Stones prior, because you may never see the Stones again, we got people like David Lee Roth who are retiring, and justifiably so. I don't really disagree with that decision. I think the Stones might have a little bit more gas in their tank because they've held up really well. If you're Keith Richards, you're basically like a medical marvel because you probably shouldn't have survived what you put yourself through, but he did. Probably the same with Ronnie Wood, right? Poor Charlie Watts is not here anymore, and he was probably the best or most behaved member of the Stones, we'll put it that way. But it's just astonishing that they have to, like, is this an incentive? Like, oh, I wasn't going to go to the Pittsburgh show, but doggone it, they're offering a once in a lifetime opportunity. And you know what? Why go down to Walgreens? Why go to Publix? Why do it the traditional way? Why go see your primary care doctor when you could go to the Stones concert and do it right before the show? And then I digress because now I'm starting to think, well, after that, I'm going to probably need a whole bunch of adult beverages, I would think, right? It's a good possibility. It's just bizarre. I mean, if they were offering, hey, front row seats, we'll move you right up, meet and greet after the show. Maybe the band doesn't want to meet and greet you after you do the thing. I don't know. It's just, there are all these things that are going through my mind right now. It's like, okay, but this is put out there, and this is a mainstream sort of iHeartRadio news article that's just going to float around from radio station to radio station. And what are the do-gooder folks going to say? They're going to say, wow, the Stones are so good. They're so smart to do that. That's good because a lot of people haven't heard about this yet. Or they don't have access. I love that one. People just don't have access to it. Otherwise, they'd be doing it all the time. They'd be doing it. By the way, they're saying that you're going to have to do it like every few months, which is great, huh? This is such a, I mean, again, the logic train, you know, you keep falling off the logic train. You're like, well, if this is so awesome, why do I have to do it again? Well, because this is something we've never quite seen in the world before. No, it's because you're trying to cure a problem that probably can't be cured, because otherwise other versions of this would have been cured and you wouldn't have to do a thing at the beginning of every year to battle against the other version of this, which apparently went away, right? It completely vanished. I mean, there's so much stuff here. And you know what's weird is they don't want you talking about it, right? They want you to just be good, obedient sheep and just do it. So much so that if you're a fan of the Rolling Stones, they're going to let you know that, hey, here's an incentive. Pittsburgh, get ready because the Stones are coming. And there's going to be this cool tent that they set up in front where you can walk right in, and a trained professional, all highly trained by Keith Richards, will do the thing to you. Or it might be Keith. Keith has got a lot of experience doing this. They may have recruited Keith. Maybe that's your incentive to go because, hey, guess what happened? Keith Richards was in there and he was the one administering. I thought that was an amazing promotional thing, right? Another thing. Oh, man. I've got patrons who will send me messages about the thing. They'll say, we're never going to stop doing the thing. They'll never quit. And I'm like, no, this is the solution to the problem because, you know, there's no other way. There's no other way to fix this problem. And we have to just believe in the ruling class because they have our best interests at heart. What a story, right? So if you're going to go see the Stones in Pittsburgh, get ready to roll up your sleeve. It's going to be a great night, very entertaining. That is, if you make it through the entire show. And just avoid the tent, people. Avoid the tent and have yourself a great time.